What's up, everyone? Okay, so we're finally going to be able to do chapter 6 as well, which means I'm going to be really late uploading these two chapters, but I'm still doing it, so let's go. Mysterious island, a cursed shard, and a whole lot of skeletons. What could go wrong? Let's do this. I was mostly just saving up diamonds. I don't really want to pay for them if I can avoid it, so I've been working on getting a bunch of diamonds basically for free. Basically just playing the freshman over and over and over again. I really want to invest my diamonds into this game, since I'm recording it and everything. So chapter 6, The Cursed Isle. A few days after your abrupt departure from the flotilla, you find yourself leaning against the wraith's railing, gazing out of the sea. Imtura strolls up to you with a grin. "Hope you're ready for Adventureland, rat. We'll be in Zephyr Cove soon." I still can't believe Queen Ventura agreed to let us go. Well, I wouldn't exactly say she let us. Wait, did you leave without telling her? Let me get this straight. The big scary pirate has to sneak out of her own city to avoid Mother Dearest. The big scary pirate is your only way off this floating city. So unless you fancy a long swim, yeah, ready when you are, princess. And Tura marches off back to the helm, while Mal slides up alongside you. Copper for your thoughts? We're almost there. Almost at the island. At the next shard. I ought to warn you, Zenolia. As one treasure hunter to another, maps can be deceiving. Just because something ought to be somewhere doesn't mean it always is. What are you saying? Who knows what we'll find on the island? Maybe the shard. Maybe not. Something bad happened to that crew. I can feel it. I guess what I'm saying is, I just don't want you to get your hopes up, is all. I'm used to disappointment. Don't worry about me. I'm an orphan who lost her only brother in a magic shard. At this point, I expect the worst. Yeesh, kid. I didn't mean it like that. Even with all the things that have gone wrong so far, we've still been getting closer to the shard. Not finding it here doesn't mean we'll fail. He nudges you and grins. And besides, for all the trouble we've been through, I'm still glad I'm getting to share this adventure with you. You smile sadly at him. Thanks, Mal. Just then you spot a dark smudge on the horizon. Over the next few minutes, you watch it take shape, revealing a bright tropical island. Land ho! Pull the rigs tight and get ready to drop anchor. That's our destination. It looks beautiful. Sandy beaches, palm trees as far as the eye can see, and a shipwreck. Imtura's crew anchors the Wraith offshore from Zephyr Cove. A new party boards a rowboat. And your party boards a rowboat and sets off for the island. That's the Prosperity. The captain's one of my mother's best. You wouldn't have just run ashore like that unless... It looks like the ship was attacked. The ship is tilted to one side, exposing a chew-up hull. Its deck has been splintered to pieces, and its shredded sails flap in the slight breeze. No captain worth his salt would have let this happen to his ship. Something went wrong. Very wrong. I wonder if there are any survivors. No sign of the crew. I thought this island was uninhabited. What could have caused their ship so much damage? Reminds me of the beach I went to with Mal. Minus the blood squid and the mermaid. You two were gone for 2 hours. It was a hell of a beach. As 3 burrows into Nia's satchel, you all approach the ship. A shiver runs down your spine as its shadow falls over you. For all we know, the shard may still be aboard, or some indication of where it was meant to be buried. At the very least, we should check the local wild field. You can sometimes get a sense of danger by seeing how the local animals respond and listen. Your friends go quiet and you listen carefully, but all you hear is the water lapping gently at the shore. It's dead silent. No birds. And that's not all. You kneel closely, examining the sand. The sand crabs have all fled away from the ship into the jungle, away from the ocean and the sand. They'll probably die. The crabs are so scared of the ship, they ran to their deaths. That's so sad and scary. We explore the ship with utmost caution. All agreed? Agreed. Slowly and carefully, you all creep forward onto the ruined ship. Wooden planks creak beneath your feet, but otherwise all is still and quiet. The captain's quarters would have been back here. If he kept a ship log, they might have a record of what happened. You navigate the wreckage to the ship's stern, where you find the remains of the captain's quarters littered to the ground. All that's left standing is a wooden desk, and Imtura starts pulling open the drawers and shuffling through it. Just some maps and tallies of the supplies on board. No log. Your keen vision lands on a corner of the drawers that doesn't fit together quite right. Hang on. There's more than meets the eyes here. You reach in and press down on the corner, and the bottom of the drawer lifts up, revealing a hidden compartment. Yes. Yes. I knew we'd find something. Another lore tablet nestles in the hidden compartment. It looks similar to the one you saw in the forest brush. I wonder if the pirates stole this from somewhere. Looks like it has a lot of interesting information. This tablet will tell you all about the religions, politics, and romantic customs of the races of Morella. And award some bonus XP. Great, a lot of reading. Fine, you know what? Fine. I'll read to you guys. You pick up the tablet, looking it over. Oh, wow. This is fascinating. Hang on. Blades. Okay. While the others kept exploring, you take a step away to read. Oh my god, so much. Okay. Read about religion. Let's just go down the list. Oh my god, there's so many. Humans. Human religions are highly varied, with different faiths flourishing in different regions, or even within the same region. In White Tower, the faith of the light flourishes, led by the High Temple. This religion celebrates the older elven pantheon, particularly those affiliated with the concept of the light. In the outlying regions, local faiths have taken a hold. In Dunbar Forest, they worship the spirits of the trees. Along the Gold Coast, fishermen pray to the white whale. Some residents of the southern settlements even worship a spirit known as the Great Beetle. Elves. Elves maintain the worship of what is known as a shared pantheon, the 6 old gods from the ancient era, and 6 new gods, great elves who gave their lives to win the Great War and were elevated to godhood. Religion plays a significant role in elven life. Traditionally, elves begin and end each day with a meditation known as Arinza, 15 minutes of silent communion with the gods. Elves also believe that their ancestors live in the Elhalas, the land of the gods, and the common communion, and that communion with these spirits is, under special circumstances, possible. To speak with an ancestor is the highest honor. Orcs. Unlike the faiths of the humans and the elves, Orcish religion is not centered on deities. Rather, orcs worship aspects of the nature, the skies, the winds, the ocean, and the moon. As such, the religion is entirely decentralized. There is no central church, no priests, no organized structure. The duty of piety falls squarely on the individual. Orcs believe that giving back to nature is vital for good luck and prosperity. Offerings are frequently made to the elements. The transgressions against nature are harshly punished. Just making sure this keep going. Okay, back. All right, politics. Humans. The human kingdom of Morella is a traditional dynastic monarchy with the seat of power residing with a single monarch in White Tower. This role has been held by the Valeros family, passed down from parent to eldest child for 1,500 years. Beneath the monarch are 24 lords, each presiding over a region. While the monarch was once absolute over time, their power has dissolved, and lords now operate with a fair degree of autonomy. The current monarch is Arlen Valeros, known as the Gentle King. Arlen has presided with a light hand over a period of great peace and prosperity. He has 2 sons, Aaron and Baldur. Elves. Elven political structure is notoriously complicated by a Byzantine ever-shifting web of alliances, feuds, and schemes, and often feels impenetrable from the outside. Elven society is divided into 50 different houses, which can loosely be understood as families through the members, though the members are not always biologically related. Each house holds a certain rank with Elven society, and that rank confers with its political weight. The leaders of the house meet in a conclave known as the Venusterium. Here, they vote on matters concerning Elven society, with the members of higher status having their votes count more. So basically like a republic. The highest ranked house is known as the House Ascendant, and holds the power to definitively break all ties. So the Elven society is very much like the United States, except a little bit different. Orcs. For most of recorded history, Orcish society was divided into 12 competing, even warring Orcish fleets. Each maintained their distinct power structure and culture. The Marlenos clan determines their leader through a contest of strength. Red Fashti leave it to the elements, hurling dozens of leaves to the sea and seeing which returns first. The Kantari holds no leader, operating as an absolute democracy, so much more like ancient Greece. 10 years ago, this all changed. Ventra Tal Kalin of the dominant Minerva fleet set out on a mission to unify all the clans into a single society. Impressively, she passed each fleet's leadership test, though there are whispers of cheating. Now she rules all the orcs from her throne at Flotilla. Its council of 12 leaders, one from each fleet, advise her though her power is ultimately absolute. So she's full dictatorship. Okay. Romantic customs. This will be interesting. Let's start with humans, of course. Humans. While there is great variation among the individuals, humans are generally monogamous. With a majority of families structured around a pair of 2 humans who either have or adopt children. Human courtship is a protracted affair often spanning many years as humans attempt to determine if their partner is the one they want to spend their life with. This involves frequent dates as well as very often a trial cohabitation period. The average human is married by age 30, though this varies significantly. While among the nobility, marriages are arranged for political reasons, most humans choose their own partners. The notion of true love holds great cultural importance and drives most partnerships. Elves. Elven culture separates the concept of Kilvali, emotional compatibility, and Dinvali, sexual attraction, into distinct entities. The two are considered unrelated, deriving from different parts of the self. All marriages are political in nature, arranged by houses to advance their ranks. Within a marriage, it is believed the partner must share great Kilvali and operate effectively as one soul. Dinvali is not necessary in a marriage. Most Elvens are not sexually monogamous and maintain multiple sexual partners. While marriages are asked for emotional loyalty, sexuality is seen as entirely distinct from that. What? There are exceptions to this. Pairs of individuals who share both Kilvali and Dinvali and remain exclusive. This is incredibly rare and often controversial. Orcs. Orcs deeply value the notion of individuality. Their culture does not have a concept of marriage, and many orcs remain single or with multiple partners for their entire lives. This is not to say they do not have romance. Orcs romance and love, and even sometimes form long-term partnerships. But these relationships are not formally defined and tend to be quite fluid. Both male and female orcs can become pregnant. Each child is believed to belong solely to the parent who births them. The majority of orcs are raised by a single parent. Oh, sorry. Okay. So, combat. All three of the dominant races of Morella have a unique approach to combat. Human combat is centered around weapons. Most human warriors choose a single weapon and specialize in it. Common specializations include melee archery and cavalry-based combat. Elven combat heavily relies on magic, with forms like ball of flame and lance of ash. When elves use weapons, they are magically infused and used in conjunction with their magic. Sorry. Orcish combat is focused on brute force and strength. Many orcs practice Katar, a martial art form that is unmatched in precision and devastation. I'm losing my voice. Oh. Okay. Sorry. When you're done, you tuck the tablet back into the satchel and turn to the group. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have the tablet. I'm sensing something over here. Something tainted. 3 flutters over a hole in the floor. You make your way to him, then peer down into the ship's hull, where some of the deck's wreckage is fallen through. You all carefully climb down into the ship's belly, 3 fluttering ahead of you. He leads you to a tarp in the corner and settles on your shoulder. Under there. Please be the shard. Please be the shard. Your friends take up defensive positions and leap forward, and yank the tarp aside. Beneath is an opened chest with nothing but fabric inside of it. Judging by the one we've got, another shard would have fit nice and snug in here. That's not a good sign. Whoever took it could be on the other side of the realm by now. Or the crew buried it, like they were supposed to. But you can tell that nobody believes that, not even yourself. We haven't seen a single sign of the crew. What do you think happened to them? Well, I think I know. Sorry. Maybe they were corrupted by the shard. The Shadow Court could have used the shard to corrupt the crew, like they did with the Parnassus mayor and Imtura's crewmate. A very real possibility. I'm afraid, but I won't be able to sense the Shadow's Court influence over anyone until we get closer to them. Imtura crouches and pushes aside a plank beside the chest, then picks up a battered leather journal. Ha! Found the captain's log. Let's read it, okay. Zenolia? Why don't you do us the honors? Oh god, more reading. Imtura hands you the journal. You flip through it, dread settling deep in your gut as you decipher the messy, meandering scrawl. We set out from Flotilla on the Queen's orders, eager to finish our mission and head for more prosperous waters. It should have been a short trip, but a foul wind blew out of the south. Storms carried us far off course, and we spent a night lost in the currents. Strange dreams plagued me through the night. I thought many times I'd awoken, only to find the world gone wrong around me. This sounds like the Shadow Court's influence. I doubt it was a normal storm. Listen to this. I saw dark things, horrible things, things only the whispers swirling around me could set right. When I awoke at last, it was those whispers that echoed in my ears. They spoke of power, of promises they could make me. Whispers. This guy's doomed. Next entry. We have reached the cove, but cannot go ashore just yet. The storm does not relent. They've bade me wait. Promised me a way to carve through the fog and bitter winds, a path to treasure, riches beyond imagination, and power. Such power. They ask just one thing of me in return. Oh my god. Bring them the shard. Oh, hells. Exactly. Next entry. I've tasted it. The shard's might. The incredible power it can bestow on me. It revealed to me the mutinous thoughts deep in my first mate's tainted heart, his faltering faith in my sanity. The whispers promised they could help me purge that heart from him, and so we did. Carved it right out of his chest. He killed his first mate? Light, guide us. Great. Well, now we know what to expect. We need the shard. This crazy captain's got it. It's whispering to him to kill people. We can come up with a plan now. But we don't know where he is. Does that mean our plan is to search the island for him? We have to. But at least now we know to be on our guards. It might not feel like much, but I'll take even a small advantage right now. It's all assuming the captain's still alive and still on this island. His journal never mentions him leaving the ship. Did you see him anywhere on the ship? The ship which we're standing inside, which is currently on the island? And I fail to see how he could have left the island, considering his ship's in ruins. Okay. Consensus is he's on the island. It's like you guys want to run into him or something. He's here, and he's dangerous. We have no idea what other powers the shard may have bestowed upon him. No idea what he's capable of. And Tura starts picking her way through the rubble to the ship, to the strip of sand visible at the end of the destroyed hull. She waves for the you to follow her. Whatever the case, the ship is at a dead end. It's time to start exploring the island. You head back onto the beach, eyeing the thick jungle. We still don't know what happened to the rest of the crew. Do you think the captain killed all of them? Or... Look! Footprints! Nia points at something high up on the beach, where the sand meets the jungle. You rush over to her and see several sets of heavy footprints dug into the sand. That's enough for a crew. They lead farther along the beach. Wait! Take a look at this. Everyone spins around to find a mouse scooping something out of the sand. He holds up a gold coin, the metal catching the light. Treasure? Is there more? And Tura kneels where Mao found the coin. There's another set of tracks here, heading straight into the jungle. It looks like one of the crew ran off with the ship's gold. You sound upset about that. It's my mother's gold. We might not see eye to eye, but I don't take kindly to deserters stealing it. Sounds like you'd be willing to help me track it down. Is this really the best time for a treasure hunt? I think it is. This deserter might be able to tell us what's happened once the ship moored it here. My thoughts exactly. Find some answers, find some gold. What more could you ask for? Want to join us, Zenolia? Here's your chance to discover a clue about what's happening on the island, face a new enemy with Mal and Tura, and gain powerful healing item. Okay? Ah, shoot. Ah, shoot. Oh, shoot. I just need one more diamond. Hang on. Wait. Oh my god. Shit. Okay, then I'm going to, well, if I'm gonna pay for diamonds, that means I'm gonna cut this out, god damn it. Well, I'm gonna have to cut that out. But, fine, we're gonna do it. Very well. Nia and I will stay behind and scout the area for anything we may have missed. We'll expect you back within the hour. And if we don't come back, just assume we're dead. We're not going to die. That's the spirit kit. Now you're sounding like a true adventurer. You, Mal, and Tura follow the faded tracks away from the wreck and into the jungle. After a few minutes of trekking, Imtura slows her pace. Do you hear that? Hear what? Imtura's voice drops into a low whisper. There's nothing. No birds, no movement, nothing. So, why are we whispering? Experience. Nothing is really nothing. Smart man. Moving cautiously now, you slip further into the jungle. Suddenly, your keen elf senses alert you to something shifting in the woods. You stop and gesture for your friends to do the same. Something's moving. Something's following us. Moving with our steps. Watching. No. Hunting. Well. Hang on. Well, let's hurry and find the treasure. I want to get it and get out before we can set an ambush or lay any traps. I agree. The quicker, the better. I'll watch our flank. You keep moving until something snaps loudly beneath your feet. You jump away from the body of an orc hidden by the underbrush, grasping a chest in its skeletal arms. Orc party. And I stepped on it. Well, that answers whose trail we were following. Mal approaches the body, blade drawn. Carefully, he lifts the lid of the chest. Interesting. He was killed, but the gold's still here. Now that I don't trust. Imtura approaches and examines the orc's body. He was killed by bites, not the blade. Bites? But he's not eaten. What kind of beast hunts someone but doesn't feed? Branches crack behind you, and you whirl around as Mtura readies an axe. Probably something like that. What in the six hells is that thing? Based on how it's a pile of angry bones, probably necromancy. The monster charges you, jaws open wide, giving you a split second to react. Clobber it with a branch. Not today, dog breath. You snap a loose branch off of the tree beside you and smash it into this beast's face. It howls, its neck snapping to the side. Ha! I like your style, Zenolia. Don't celebrate just yet, folks. This puppy still wants to play. The monster shakes itself off, faces you once again. A low snarl rumbling in its throat. It lunges at you, throwing its body through the air with the reckless abandon. Knocks you to the ground as it gnashes its teeth inches from your face. Alright, get off! Die, you raging mongrel! Mtura loms her axe at the monster, but they lodge themselves into the branch, growing it out of its back. It jumps off of you to swipe at Mtura, who barely avoids it. Mal tries to stab it with its blade. But his blade is ripped from his hands as it gets caught in the monster's ribcage. We need to crush its bones. Find something heavy and hurry. Climb to your feet and look around for something heavy. A rock, that'll work. You run up behind the creature and smash the boulder down on its head, which explodes into shards of bone. Its body collapses, writhing and twitching on the ground. Die, you damn thing! Mtura picks up the beast by its ribcage and hurls it into the nearest tree. It shatters into 1,000 tiny bone fragments, leaving behind nothing but dust. 3 of you collapse to the ground, panting. Gods. Was that some sort of island guardian or something? I doubt it. Most undead are barely sentient enough to guard a single room. I saw something like it in a ruin once. It attacked whatever made the loudest noise. We threw a pebble into a spiked pit trap. Triggered this earlier, and the dumb beast ran right in. Good times. If there's more of those beasts out there, we've got to get back and warn the others. I agree. Just gotta... Malice struggles to lift the heavy chest. Bring this back. This payday is worth the effort. Like hell. We return the offering to the sea in honor of the crew who couldn't finish their journey. You're joking. Do I look like I'm joking? On journeys of importance, crews pay a tithe to the seas. That gold was meant to be an offering for safe travels. They were just going to toss a chest of gold into the ocean? I could never do that. That's the point. You're supposed to give up something you value. It's not an offering if you don't care. You clear your throat, interrupting the bickering. I think we should do what Entura says. These sailors paid the ultimate price because of the shard's evil. It's the least we can do to honor their memory. But if we toss it into the ocean, some grobtars are just going to use it for decoration. It's a waste. Entura hefts the chest into her arms and sets a course back to the beach. If that's what the sea wills, then that's what will be. Agreed. You approach the shore, and Entura wades into the water, opening the chest and letting the gold be carried away by the current. You swear you can feel a slight chill run through you, like a gentle breeze, and then something shiny washes up on the shore. Oh, what's that? You kneel and pick it up. Some type of scale? I'll take it. Well, look at that. That's a green drake's serpent scale. This ocean is blessing us already. Blessing us with a scale. Amazing. Magnificent. Truly, we are kings. Not just any scale. These have amazing healing properties. Why don't we hold on to it? You never know when you'll need it. A wound healed. Especially when you travel the way we do. Got the healing scale. Entura tucks the scale into your bag. Thank you, Entura. And thanks. See? Is that right? Good enough. You return the shipwreck to find Tyrell and Nia waiting. No luck on your little adventure? We found the gold, and we did have the crew did what the crew should have done. It's been given to the sea. We found something else too. A dead orc. And then necromantic creature that killed it. Necromancy? You filled Nia and Tyrell in on the monster you fought in the jungle. Threep crawls out of Nia's satchel, wings drooping. It goes without saying that necromancy is shadow magic. Truly dark stuff. So, there's someone on this island who can do necromancy? I wonder if it's the captain. This is valuable information. Zenolia, Mal, Entura. Good work. Let's keep our eyes out for any signs of necromantic magic. Tyrell gestures at the tracks that head away down the beach. Now then, about these footprints. I'll follow them. Come on, guys. I got this. You manage to track the footprints until they veer into the dense greenery further inland. but lose the trail in the muddy underbrush. Well, they got into the jungle, and that's it. That's all I've got. Let an Esper handle it. 3 sniffs at the air, then the darts forward, wings flapping. This way. You keep following the trail until you trip over something hidden beneath a tangle of roots. Whoa, was that? What was... You look down at the pile... Look down at your feet and find a pile of bones. Herg! More orc bodies. There's no doubt about it. They were part of the crew. You and your friends pushed back the roots to reveal 3 skeletons heaped on top of each other. What happened to them? I'll leave them alone. I think it's safer if we leave the dead to their rest. We've seen too much darkness lately. I'm not trusting anything. A wise choice. May the light guide their souls to a peaceful rest, whoever they are. Their trail keeps going, right up to the rock wall. He points towards a gridlock of rocks up ahead, too high to climb. Tyrell goes out ahead to examine them. Not a wall. There's a gap in the stones. Narrow, but just wide enough for someone to slip through. I think this is a cave entrance. Do you think it's safe for us to go inside? Probably not. But we have to find that shard. One by one, you squeeze into the cove entrance. It widens immediately, but the darkness is thick and damp around you. You trail a hand along the cool wall, no longer able to see the path or the rest of your party. Somewhere behind you, you hear Imtura trip and curse. Anyone think maybe this was a bad idea after all? Luckily, I came prepared. Mal strikes a match and lights a torch from his pack. See? Much better. The torchlight reveals a wide chamber all around you, and the gruesome, toothy grin of a reanimated skeleton. Nice! The skeleton lunges out of the shadows, brandishing a rusted sword at you. Its armor drags against its bones, shielding most of its frail body. Oh, we can't do anything. What was that one? Oh my god. Lay the torch at it. Now, give that. You yank the torch from Mal's hand and brandish it at the skeleton, but it knocks it aside. Mal lunges forward and kicks the skeleton square in the chest, sending it staggering back to the cave wall. It's a skeleton, Zenolia. Why would it worry about fire? I don't know. I panicked. Mal, that kick knocked out some of its ribs. We have to keep smashing its bones apart. Your friends pummel at the skeleton, knocking its bones loose bit by bit. Allow me to finish this. With the blast of magic, Tyrell vaporizes the last of the bones, and dark shadow slithers away deeper in the cave. Necromancy. More corruption from the Shadow Court. There may be more. Eek! Help! You turn to find another skeleton dragging Nia down deeper into the cave. Nia, hang tight. You rush toward her and kick the skeleton's exposed kneecap, knocking it back. It releases Nia and lurches toward you instead, but Nia jumps in front of it. No, you don't. She spins around and swipes a high kick into the skeleton's skull, knocking its jaw clean off. Oh, did I really just do that? Before you can answer, the ground rumbles, then collapses beneath your feet. You, Nia, and the skeleton tumble into the depths below. Ah! You slide down the tumbling rocks to the bottom of the pit, pebbles showering around you. You land in a heap on the ground, and body bruised, but nothing broken. Ow. Zenolia, are you hurt? I don't think so. Just sore. Nia, Zenolia, talk to me. Where are you? You look up toward the top of the pit, far above, where the faint flicker of Mal's torch illuminates your friends peering down at you. Down here. We're okay. Just, stuck. Hang tight. We'll look for a rope. You look at the inanimate pile of bones and armor beside you. Then at Nia, who's disheveled, covered in dirt and dust. Hang tight? There's nowhere for us to go. I'm so sorry, Zenolia. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have let the skeleton grab me. You did great. Those things are vicious. They could have grabbed any one of us. Besides, that roundhouse kick, I didn't know you had it in you. Neither did I. I don't like violence, but I just couldn't let you get hurt. It's like my body moved on its own. But I'm not much of a fighter. I'm doing the best I can. But sometimes I feel like I don't help enough. Not everyone has to be an amazing fighter. You have so many other strengths. Your compassion, your devotion. And even though you haven't seen much of the world, you still know so much about it than I'll ever know. Nia smiled shyly. Thanks, Zenolia. You're right. I should focus on my strengths. The light spilling down from the overhead fades as your friends move away from the edge. Great. Who knows what other dark beasties are lurking around here. You hear soft whispering, and cool breeze snakes around you, and you feel a strange energy into the air. Nia? Is that you? An orb of blue-white light flares to life in Nia's palm. Now Nia's outstretched palm. There we go. A little light to comfort us in dark times. Like I said, your other strengths. Nia smiles with a bob of her hand. The orb drifts. With the bob of her hand, the orb drifts into the air and hovers on its own before you both, illuminating the rubble and craggy stone walls. Curious, you reach out to touch the orb. Your fingers spark with a sudden flicker of energy, like lightning dancing over the tips. What was that? I didn't do anything, I swear. Nia gapes at you, and then a blinding grin spreads over her lips. Zenolia, by the light, I think you might have the gift. You might be capable of magic. Me? Seriously? But I've never done any magic in my life. Nia shuffles closer to you, excitement radiating off of her. She starts speaking so fast she can hardly catch her breath. That doesn't matter. Those with a gift often don't know it until they're exposed to it in the wild. It's why the priests... Oh my god. It's why the priests test all orphans at the Temple of the Light with magical relics. And Zenolia, you just responded to my magic. You really think I could be a mage? Gods, Cade would lose his mind. I could teach you a little bit as we wait for the others. Like how to make an orb of light. I'm certain you'll be able to do it. Nia is offering to teach you an elite skill. These are very powerful skills that will help you throughout your adventure. This is your only chance to unlock this skill, so choose carefully. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Teach me the ways, princess. As if I'd pass up the chance to do magic. Okay. What do I have to do, Instructor Priestess Nia? I'm at your tutelage. Nia giggles, her face glowing in the clear white light from her orb. Okay, let's see if I can walk you through this with the instructors, the way the instructors at the temple taught me. She positions herself so she's sitting directly in front of you. Legs crossed and posture straight, and reaches behind her neck. First, you'll need this. She unfastens her necklace and removes a bright gemstone from it, letting it dazzle in the mystic light. I knew the secret was a magic amulet. Well, partially. This should boost your innate affinity. May I touch your hands? I thought you'd never ask. Her face turns deep and crimson as she flushes. Well, I only need your hands for now. So I mean, that's not that I... You let out a fond chuckle, and she looks quickly away, trying and failing it to bite back a smile of her own. Let's just start with this for now. Still blushing, she brings your palms together in front of you with the gemstone pressed between them, cupping her own hands around yours. Her touch is gentle and steadying. This close to her, you catch a faint scent of lilacs. Before you can cast the orb of light, you must have to prepare yourself mentally. I like to think of someplace calming, somewhere I feel comfortable. Do you have a place you can visualize? Somewhere I feel comfortable. It sounds like my home with Kate and Riverbend. Sure, our rented rooms weren't much and every day was the same, but that kind of familiarity sinks into you and makes you feel safe. That's good. Close your eyes and tell me about it. We lived above the bakery, just off the town square. Every morning, we'd wake up to the smell of fresh bread baking. Think about that smell, the way they tasted. They were so flaky. I'd end up with crumbs all over my bed. But as soon as I bit into them, they melted my tongue. On my tongue. I'd look around our little room, still waking up, savoring my bread roll, and feeling grateful for the townspeople who took us in, and grateful for my brother. Excellent. Hold on to that feeling of warmth, that gratitude. You become aware of a new sensation inside of you, an energy in your chest. At the same time, you feel a similar energy coming from the gemstone between you and between your palms. I think I feel it. Now, try to expand that feeling. Use it to tap into your awareness of the world around you. Envision it pouring into the stone. I know it sounds weird, but imagine you can look just underneath that setting to the golden strands of fabric that have stitched it together. Like some kind of tapestry? Yes, exactly. Do you feel how it ties into the world around you? You reach for the sensation inside of you, the peace and purpose in your chest, and you suddenly notice it extends away from you, like ribbons of energy. Yes, I feel it now. A warm breeze rushes through you, and you feel as if a bright light is shining inside of you. You're doing great. Harness that feeling. Now, here comes the tricky part. Open your eyes carefully. You slowly open your eyes while still holding to the warm glow of your imagination. The gemstone flickers softly in your hands. Nia sits before you, her own palms pressed together. Her skin glows a faint silvery shade, as if she's lit from within. Yeah, you look beautiful. You're gorgeous. It's like you've been splashed with moonlight. She blushes, and the glow within her shines a little brighter. You look beautiful too. The light is suffusing you. Zenolia, it's deemed you worthy. You have the light inside of you. Now all you have to do is shape it. She stretches her hand apart, and a flicker of crystalline light appears between them. Go ahead. Give it a shot. Just imagine the light pouring out of you and into the space between their hands. Slowly you peel your palms apart, concentrating on the gap between them. A tiny spark of light appears to the ground in the heart of the gemstone. It's working. I can feel the light going out of me. That's good. Focus it all toward that space. Shape the orb within the crystal and then set it free. I'll stay focused. Your light grows within the gemstone. It slowly makes its way out and floats in front of you like a tiny plump moon. I don't know what to say. Is this even real? When you look closely, you can see the magic within the orb swirling gently like curtains in a stream or clouds in the sky. Your very first orb of light, and perfectly shaped too. I can't believe I actually did magic. I didn't doubt you for a second. You see, you're natural. Only because I have a good teacher. You're the natural, Nia. I'll never have the total control of your light. Of the light you have. Oh, thank you for the compliment, Zenolia. You're really too kind to me. I'm serious. You're incredibly gifted. I couldn't be happier to have you on my side during this adventure. You grin at Nia as orbs bob overhead, twinkling like starlight. And I'm thrilled to be on yours. Ta-da! Oh my god, that's it. Oh my god. We have all these skills now. We'll be a better person yet. As magical light drifts up the chamber, it sweeps over the strange markings high on the rocky wall. Oh, what is that? You scramble up a pile of rubble until your eyes level with the markings. Nia calls out from you down below. Maybe it's a map? No, they're carvings, writings. Looks pretty decent too. Can never take it from me. The power is mine. Its pretenders shall not rip it away. It sounds like more mad scribbles from the captain. The shard has hold of him. There's no telling how powerful it's made him. You shivered, remembering the dark shadow that slithered out of the pile of skeleton bones earlier. Powerful and dangerous. Zenolia, Nia, over there. Over here. Mel, where are you? You jump down from the rubble pile, searching for a source of Mal's voice, when his face suddenly appears behind a narrow gap in the rock wall. Couldn't gather enough rope to reach you guys, but luckily, I was able to find another way in. Our hero. Thank you. I will be expecting a parade when we're off this rock. For now, if you'll follow me, You and Nia squeeze through the narrow gap and find yourselves at the other end of the cave, which opens back into the dense jungle. Tyrell scouted out this trail, and Threep thinks the source of corruption is up ahead. The pirate captain? Only one way to find out. Mal brings a finger to his lips and leads you along the path until you rejoin Ventura, Tyrell, and Threep, crouching behind a set of mossy boulders. Sitting in this clearing beside a beautiful waterfall you spot. Break my bones, bind the shards and cast the stones. That's him, alright. My mother's captain. He's assembling something before him on the ground, but you can't quite make out what it is. It's like he's performing some sort of ritual. Suddenly, the captain stops what he's doing and stands up straight. Who's there? Your group flattens against the rocks, trying to stay quiet, but your eyes drawn to the strange headpiece he clutches in his hand. It looks like he fashioned a crown for himself out of driftwood. And at the center of this crown, you spot a fist-sized hunk of something black and shiny. The shard! It's in his crown! Come out, you foul deceivers. I know you're there. I can smell your blood. Humph. He doesn't smell so great himself. Come to take my powers, have you? Have ye? Well, you can't have them. Let me show you what's become of those who tried. He doesn't know where we are, does he? A snapping sound comes from behind you. You and your friends whirl around and find yourselves face to face with. You're surrounded by a band of orc skeletons. They teeter towards you, their bones creaking, gasping, sounds coming from their mouths. We've dealt with these guys before, and we can do it again. Remember, crush their bones. As your friends leap into action, one of the skeletons charges right at you, swinging its axes at your throat. And punch it. Grab it with a gauntlet of pain. I guess being dead has made you too slow, huh? You clench your fist and swing the gauntlet of pain up, right into the flat side of the axe. It flies out of the skeleton's hand. Bet you didn't see that coming. Or this. You smash the skeleton across the face with a gauntlet, shattering its skull into a dozen pieces. You crush its ribcage with another deadly blow. Let me get a hit or two in. With the whoop, Imtura helps you pummel the rest of the skeleton's bones into powder. Into a fine powder. And stay down, you raggedy bastards. Your friends make easy work of the fragile skeletons. Mal deals with quick jabs to their weak points, while Tyrell blasts them with his magic. And don't you ever bother my friends again. Nia stomps down hard on a rolling her way, destroying the last skeleton piece. Take that, you denizens of shadow. You're no match for priestess of the light. You hear a booming laugh and turn to see the pirate walking your way. Ha! Do not be too confident. I had only just tasted the true power of the shadow that when I forged these soldiers. You take a step backward, but your foot lands on thin air, and you start to fall. What? Kid, watch your step. Mal catches you before you fall into the lake. You and your friends stand with your backs to the water as the captain approaches. Stop this madness. Resist the power of the shard before it's too late for you. You speak from a place of ignorance, but the Shadow Court has taught me well. They've shown me wondrous things. Things like this. Places the crown on his head, and a wave of corrupted energy blows through the clearing. The pirate's captain's eyes burn with the evil. The power. The power. Oh, God. Pirate's killing me. Alright. This is going to be ugly. We have to defeat him with the shard. Get the shard? Never. It's mine. Shadows pour down. Down from the shard, flooding around him. Around his body. He breaks into a sprint, staff raised, ready to swing it like a club. Everybody move! You and your friends dive out of the way. The captain's momentum is too much for him and falls right into the lake. Ha! Nice one, Landrat. And take this, you traitor scum. And Tura launches a hand axe at the captain, and it lodges itself in his shoulder. Arg! This is far from over. The shadow around him. Oh my God, I didn't mean to do that. I've had enough of this. He shoots out his hands, and the tendrils of shadow lash toward you, binding around your wrists. Ah! Zenolia, no! The tendrils jerk you close, dragging you toward him. Mal flings a series of daggers at him, but he doesn't even notice them lodge in his arms. Damn! The shard! We have to do something about the shard. What can you do? What you can do is submit to the power of the shadow. Let it consume you. Show you the truth. You look up at the captain as he leers into your face. Blast him with the light. Remembering what Nia taught you, you channel your inner feeling of warmth, of safety, of power. The darkness swallows all. Not the light. And a dazzling blast of light flares out of your palms, blazing right into the captain's face. Ah! Zenolia did it. Zenolia did it. The pirate captain jerks back, throwing a hand over his eyes, and as he does, his crown flies off his head. No! Yes. Mao dives up for the crown and catches it up with a handkerchief. Got it. No! They promised me. Shadows still fester around him, but his power is fading. If I'm going, I'll take you with me. Captain jerks his fist back, dragging his tendrils around you forward, but you're stronger. You hold your ground and pull back, ripping free. Like hell you are. No! My power! Captain collapses to his knees, wheezing. I earned it. I did what they asked. I purged the traitors in my crew. I was called. What's calling, mate, is your eternal dance slumber. And Tura's hand axes flash through the air, and she cleaves the captain's head from his shoulders. His body collapses before you, and she spits on his corpse. Poofed, bastard. And Tura, I wanted to do that. I'm glad someone did. Serves him right. Turning on his crew, letting the Shadow Court to seduce him with his power, promises power. It could have happened to any of us. If we didn't know the true power of the shard. But he was already dead inside. At least his misery has ended. Good riddance. And now we've got this. Mal unrolls the handkerchief, delicately showing you. We got it. You sag as relief floods through you. We're one step closer to rescuing Cade. I told you the light would guide us. We'll save him still. But there's a long way to go yet. We've collected 2 shards. That leaves 2 more to find. So, where to next? Say the word and we'll set a course. You turn toward Imtura. Are you sure you don't want to drop us back off at the flotilla and then help us arrange passage from there? You could sail off wherever you please. If you keep helping us, you're essentially lending us your ship. You won't have the freedom you dream of. I'm going to stop you right there, Landrat. I signed up for this, and I've got no intentions of bailing on you. This adventure is freedom to me. Besides, these bastards at the Shadow Court corrupted one of my clan. I can serve the United Clans for better by stopping this threat. Grinning, she steps forward, clasping your shoulder. So I'll say it again. Where are we headed next? Didn't good old Vash say something about another shard being in? Tyrell clears his throat and turns away from your group, a grave expression on his face. The next shard is in Undermount, my home. Dun dun dun! The next shard is in the elven capital of Undermount, but strange and terrible dangers lie on the way. Alright, there's the chapter. We've finished. We're caught up now. Oh my gosh. But tomorrow is the next one. And I don't know. I need more diamonds. I need to get more diamonds, but I don't want to pay for them. Oh my god. Ugh, the struggles. The struggle is real. Anyways, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Hope you guys enjoyed. And peace out, guys. It's been a blast. I'm gonna have to edit this too. edit out the paying part.